A wise person doesn't fall down the same hill twice. A wise enemy is better than a foolish friend. When deeds speak, words are meaningless. When elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. Give advice. If people don't listen, let adversity teach them. Even the best cooking pot will not produce food. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Knowledge without wisdom is like water in the sand. If the full moon loves you, why do you worry about the stars? Do not look where you fell, but where you slipped. No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. The eye never forgets what the heart has seen. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Having a good discussion is like having wealth. Even the smallest bird can sing in its own way. It is better to be blind than to see things from only one point of view. A man who uses force is afraid of reasoning. If you close your eyes to facts, you will learn through accidents. Don't set sail on someone else's star. Home affairs should not be talked about in the public square. He who learns, teaches. A wise man never takes a step too long for his leg. The one who asks questions doesn't lose his way. To get lost is to learn the way. The laughter of a child is the light of a house. One who plucks grapes by the roadside and one who marries a pretty woman share the same problem. If you do not know where you are going, any road will take you there. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try spending the night with a mosquito. An army of sheep led by a lion can defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. Sticks in a bundle are unbreakable. Wisdom is like fire. People take it from others. However far a stream flows, it doesn't forget its origin. A river doesn't flow backward. No medicine exists that can cure hatred. A clever king does not attack a fortress by climbing its walls, but by digging its foundations. Knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, it can't be harvested. Words are like spears. Once they leave your mouth, they can't be taken back. To get rid of an enemy, one must love him. The young cannot teach traditions to the elders. Everything I know because of love. The lion doesn't turn around when a small dog barks. Love those who hate you. A fool will test the depth of the river with both feet. A man without a woman is only half a man. The snail is slow, but its house is secure. Alertness and courage are life's shields. The lizard that jumped from the high Iroko tree to the ground said he would praise himself if no one else did. If you are up to your knees in pleasure, then you are up to your waist in grief. To stumble is not to fall, but to move forward faster. Greed is the root cause of sorrow. You learn how to cut down trees by cutting them down. The man who has mounted an elephant will not fear the bark of a dog. No one tests the depth of the river with both feet. It's much better to do good in a way that no one knows anything about it. The wolf howls, but the moon doesn't care. If love is a sickness, patience is the remedy. A man does not run among thorns for no reason. A happy man marries the girl he loves. A happier man loves the girl he married. A hunter with one arrow does not shoot carelessly. A fool cannot untie the knot tied by a wise man. Until the lion learns to write, every story will glorify the hunter. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. The earth is a mother. She never eats her children. A fish and bird may fall in love, but they cannot build a home together. Knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. Love doesn't rely on physical features. A river that forgets its source will dry up. One falsehood spoils 1,000 truths. A borrowed knife does not kill a snake. They who give have all things. They who withhold have nothing. The sun never sets without fresh news. To loan is to buy troubles. Do not mend your neighbor's fence before seeing to your own. A united family eats from the same plate. The earth is a beehive. We all enter by the same door. A bird will always use another bird's feathers to feather its own nest. A smart man will never marry a smart woman. He who is destined for power does not have to fight for it. Certain things capture the eye, but pursue only those that capture the heart. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. What was hard to bear is sweet to remember. The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. The money you dream about will not pay your bills. If you climb up a tree, you must climb down the same tree. We lost because we told ourselves we lost. A single bracelet does not jingle. When we take one step toward God, He takes 7 steps toward us. If you want peace, you don't talk to your friends, you talk to your enemies. Among the blind, the one-eyed man is king. The one who carries a pot of honey must be prepared for the bees. A thief thinks everybody steals. A cracked bell can never sound well. Only a wise person can solve a difficult problem. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. A child does not laugh at the ugliness of his mother. If the lion doesn't tell his story, the hunter will. Wisdom is not like money to be tied up and hidden. A pot without a lid is quickly emptied. When you marry a monkey for his wealth, the money goes, but the monkey remains. One finger cannot kill a louse. Truth should be in love, and love in truth. However much it rains on you, the sky does not fall. Life is a bridge. Cross over it, but build no house on it. The mouth is stupid after the head has spoken. What is now in the past was once in the future. A bird does not change its feathers because the weather is bad. Examine what is said, not who is speaking. The child who does not cry will not be fed. The heart of a wise man lies quiet like limpid water. A tree cannot stand without roots. No shortcuts exist to the top of a palm tree. He who has no destination never gets lost. Do not call a dog with a whip in your hand. A good leader was once a good follower. He who has a true friend has no need of a mirror. When the spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. Patience is the most beautiful prayer. The feet of a person who tells lies are short. Deceive me about the price, but not about the goods. One cannot make a shield with a lizard's skin. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. Do not hunt a deer you cannot carry. He who does not climb will not fall either. Even the moon does not stay in the same place. Don't delay today's work until tomorrow. Do not plant your seeds in a stranger's farm. We desire to bequeath two things to our children. The first is roots. The second is wings. The child who is carried on the back will not know how far the journey is. If you heal a person's leg, do not be surprised if they use it to run away. Every stream has its source. However long the night, the dawn will break. When two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. Even the lion protects himself against flies. If the heart is at peace, the body will follow. Don't set sail using someone else's star. The tree with deep roots laughs at storms. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. What you give will be yours forever. What you keep will be lost. The spouse of a woman is a man. The spouse of a man is his livelihood. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Every dog is a tiger in his own street. Time waits for no one. There are three uncertainties: woman, wind, and wealth. A bad habit is like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Life is not a continuum of pleasant choices, but of inevitable problems that call for strength, determination, and hard work. One who fears the sun will never find warmth. A man without money is like a bow without arrows. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Poverty destroys all virtues. Happiness is a place between too much and too little. Everyone looking downwards becomes impressed with ideas of his own greatness, but looking upwards, he feels his own littleness. Do not light a fire you cannot extinguish. One who marries for love alone will have bad days, but good nights. Wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it. It is easy to forget a kindness, but one remembers unkindness. Not every closed eye is sleeping, and not every open eye is seeing. To quarrel with a man of good speech is better than to converse with a man who does not speak well. A family tie is like a tree. It can bend, but it cannot break. He who works as a slave eats as a king. You cannot wake a person who is pretending to be asleep. Better to have a diamond with a few small flaws than a rock that is perfect. A person who tests the depth of the river with both feet will drown. A woman is a flower in a garden. Her husband is the fence around it. No matter how far the stream flows, it never forgets its source. Don't eat your bread on someone else's table. Even the most beautiful flower will wither one day. Yesterday has been a dream. Tomorrow, but a vision. When you point a finger, 3 fingers point back at you. A small house will hold 100 friends. The one who eats alone cannot discuss the taste with others. True love means what's mine is yours. He who has not traveled thinks his mother's cooking is the best. Don't think there are no crocodiles just because the water is calm. A roaring lion kills no prey. A feeble effort will not fulfill. A boat doesn't go forward, if each one is rowing their own way. Be careful of deep water and dogs that do not bark. The house that is built with spit will collapse in the first rain. When money is not a servant, it is a master. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. A guilty conscience is a hidden enemy. A person who has not secured a rope will not tie a knot. Non-violence is the supreme law of life. A leopard's spots are not erased by the rain. There is no hand to catch time. Do not call the forest that shelters you a jungle. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Even the insects in the lion's den live like kings. He who does not take risk does not drink champagne. Love doesn't listen to rumors. A big journey always begins with a small step. Wood already touched by fire is not hard to set alight. You cannot clap with one hand. Trying to fail is not laziness. The person who never makes mistakes never learns anything new. To the mediocre, mediocrity appears great. Patience is the key to paradise. The first day, a guest. The second day, a guest. The third day, a calamity. A roaring lion catches no prey. If a man from humble beginnings gets rich, he will carry his umbrella at midnight. The best armor is to keep out of range. You may look up for inspiration or look down in desperation, but do not look sideways for information. Courage is fear that has said its prayers. Use medicine as well as prayers. Words cut deeper than swords. Don't bargain for fish which are still in the water. What is coming is better than what is gone. A husband with a good wife will never be on the road without supplies. The darkest hour is just before dawn. One who loves you with your dirt. A calm sea does not make a skilled sailor. No matter how beautiful and well-crafted a coffin might look, it will not make anyone wish for death. Light tomorrow with today. Seeing is different than being told. He who has no will is always ready. He who digs a grave for his enemy might as well be digging it for himself. The strength of a wall is neither the bricks nor the cement, but the builder. All monkeys cannot hang from the same branch. To run is not to arrive. 7. Under the mountains is silver and gold, but under the night sky, hunger and cold. Water that has been spilled cannot be gathered. Love from someone who is bad is worse than his hatred. A wise man makes more opportunities than he finds. There is nothing noble in being superior to some other man. The true nobility is in being superior to your previous self. When the roots are strong, the fruits are sweeter. Where there is love, there is no darkness. The early bird catches the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Pull someone by the ears, and his head will follow. Where there is no enemy, there is no fight. When a camel is at the foot of a mountain, only then judge his height. Do not lean on others, the branch will break. Pearls are of no value in a desert. A man who has a watch knows the time. A man with two is never sure. Where the needle goes, the thread follows. Birds of the same feather flock together. You do not stumble over a mountain, but you do over a stone. A snake can shed its skin, but it will always be a snake. Don't judge any man until you have walked 2 moons in his moccasins. When you carry someone on your back, you also carry their burdens. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. An ant can carry a leaf, but it cannot carry a tree. Music is the shorthand of emotion. The whisper of the wise is louder than the roar of the fool. Everything intelligent is so boring. What you do not see with your eyes, do not invent with your mouth. An intelligent man must always hide his true feelings, his financial troubles, and his mistakes from his family. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Every heart has its own skeletons. When the pupil is ready, the teacher appears. You should not call in a cat to settle the argument of two birds. Water flows, but rocks remain. Don't be so in love that you can't tell when it's raining. A wise man learns from his mistakes. A wiser man learns from the mistakes of others.